The drama surrounding the Indiana Fever this season didn't just unfold on the court, it erupted off of it. The noise, the narratives, the so-called chemistry issues, they all swirled in a media storm that threatened to drown out the real story. A team growing through chaos, evolving under pressure, and redefining what it means to be a contender in the modern WNBA. But in a new interview on Bird's Eye View, hosted by none other than Sue Bird, Aliyah Boston peeled back the curtain in a way no one saw coming. With sharp honesty, undeniable humor, and the kind of poise that only comes from walking through fire, Boston didn't just tell her side of the story, she rewrote the entire narrative. From the very beginning, the arrival of Caitlin Clark in Indiana sent shockwaves through the league. The media blitz was immediate, the fanfare deafening, and the expectations impossibly high. But behind the headlines and viral clips, a real team was trying to find its rhythm. And at the heart of it all stood Aliyah Boston, former national champion, top draft pick, and now, the anchor of a franchise that's rapidly transforming under a brighter spotlight than ever before. The moment Clark joined the Fever, everyone wondered how she and Boston would coexist. After all, these were two collegiate giants who once clashed on the biggest stage in women's college basketball, the Final Four. Caitlin Clark had dropped 40 points on South Carolina Aliyah's team in a game that still lingers in the minds of fans. But what no one expected was how Boston would address that history, with honesty and humor. I was like, Caitlin, I just want to say, I'm really upset that you did what you did in that Final Four game, Boston said on the podcast with a laugh. You didn't have to drop 40 on our dome like that. Girl, we could have just had fun. It was a moment of vulnerability wrapped in wit, and it set the tone for everything that followed. Instead of tension, there was levity. Instead of grudges, there was growth. In that moment, Boston proved something rare. That real leadership doesn't come from pretending nothing happened. It comes from acknowledging the past and then moving forward. And forward they went. What began as a question of fit quickly became a story of chemistry. On the floor, Clark and Boston developed a rhythm that went beyond stats. It was instinctual. A look, a glance, a shift of the eyes, and Aliyah knew where the ball was going. Their pick-and-roll game didn't just work, it thrived. Clark's vision paired with Boston's positioning created a dynamic that forced defenses into panic. And the beauty of it? Neither had to say a word. They were reading each other in real time, but that didn't stop the internet from looking for cracks. Social media lit up with theories. Body language experts dissected clips like crime scenes. A misread on the court became a viral debate. Rumors of locker room drama grew louder by the day. And through it all, Boston stayed quiet until now. Oh my gosh, there was so much locker room talk, she said, half laughing. People said I looked miserable, like I hated the team. Meanwhile, I just woke up from a nap. We walked into the locker room like, girl, you good? I was like, I'm fine. I'm just trying to hoop at 7 p.m. That's the part people never see, the humanity. The reality that professional athletes are still people, still figuring things out. Not every missed connection is a feud. Not every bad game is a meltdown. Sometimes it's just fatigue. Sometimes it's just a nap. But one thing Boston made clear, while fans and media speculated, the team stayed locked in. I hate when people try to talk about our locker room like they're in it, she said. You're not in here. You have no idea. If we want you to see something, you'll see it. If we don't, you never will. That's professionalism, and that's exactly what the Fever were showing. Professionalism, unity, and quiet resolve. The noise outside was just that, noise. Inside, they were building something. Then came the criticism from legends, most notably Sheryl Swoopes. She claimed there were players on the Fever who didn't want to be there, implying dysfunction, questioning commitment. Boston didn't respond with shade. She responded with substance. She didn't just show that the team was united. She proved it with her play, her words, and her leadership. Her comments weren't clapbacks. They were checkmates. In one interview, Aliyah Boston dismantled the narrative and flipped the script entirely. And the timing couldn't have been more important. The 2025 season didn't unfold like the Fever dreamed. Expectations soared, but reality struck hard. Injuries mounted. Most devastating of all, Caitlin Clark went down. For a team that built its entire system around her court vision and pace, it was a gut punch. But again, Boston didn't flinch. From day one, the message had been the same. Next woman up. We said it from the start. No matter what happens, be red. Boston said, you get signed, someone leaves. You lose a player. Be ready. The games keep coming. That mindset became the team's backbone. They didn't fold. They adapted. When Clark played, it was run and gun, up-tempo, spacing galore. Without her, the Fever leaned into execution, grinded out half-court basketball. Different styles, same heart.